Hey y'all, I'm Elisa.
And I'm Samantha.
And welcome to Watch for Deer, in 2025.
Ooh,
because I don't think we've recorded an episode all January.
We've not.
It's been really crazy.
This weather, guys, have you all been okay? Because I've not.
I've not been okay.
I've not been okay at all. At all, Elisa.
I want to be a snowbird that flies south for the winter.
Oh, gosh. Living on this hill and the snow, it has been horrific. I've not been able to get off of the hill. I think the first time ever that I've had to call in for snow, and we get off on snow days.
Right.
Teachers do. I had to call in. I couldn't get off of the hill one
your
day.
hill is and it's shadowy, so it's not like it gets a lot of sun.
No, it doesn't get sun. It's blacktop too, and the blacktop driveway is really nice until it snows, and then it's not great.
Yep. It's good stuff. Good stuff. We love some snow.
I don't
know, but I'm ready for barbecues and bonfires and guitars.
I am too.
I'm ready for that.
I'm trying to get this mic up here.
You're good.
So you brought something today. Last time we had Kirkwood wine, strawberry wine.
Yes, it was delicious.
From West Virginia, and we tried it, and we loved it. And we tagged Kirkwood in it and told them that we absolutely loved it. And they were like, come out and for a visit. So this spring, we're going to go visit Kirkwood.
Yes, go taste their wine.
But
so fun.
I brought that wine, but you...
I did. I brought a wine.
You brought me a wine.
I
wine
did.
that I have never heard of before.
I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous because I'm very picky with my wines.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like one that's really dry. I like a sweet, very dessert type wine.
I like a.
So
I don't like a super dry wine. No, I don't like a super dry wine.
But I think you'll like this. So tell them what we brought.
Okay, so she brought a bottle of Black and Bruised
from the Purple Toad Winery.
Purple Toad Winery, from Paducah, Kentucky.
Hey-o.
So it is it 12% alcohol?
We'll
put a picture of it. 12% alcohol. So
alcohol. We've not even tasted it yet.
No, I've not even tasted it yet. We've already poured it, but we've not tasted it. So I'm going to give you a taste test. Now, she loves it. Now, I will say, this looks like a very dark, grapey. It is super dark.
It's very dark.
Red wine, and I usually do not like a dark red wine.
Oh, my God. I love this. This is my favorite so far.
So we're going to try it, and we're going to tell you about it here first, because if you're going to listen to us, if you're at home, not driving to work, but if you're at home, have a glass of wine with us. Now, if you're driving to work, no ma'am.
No ma'am.
And no sir.
Put the wine down.
You're going to get fired.
Or go home.
Yes. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hold on.
Give it a minute.
That doesn't taste like anything I've ever tasted, like a red wine I've tasted before.
Exactly. Taste it again.
Hold on, I gotta do
the swirl.
I gotta do the swirl and smell. It's got a strong smell.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
It's my favorite. So picture this.
So this is your favorite wine.
This is my favorite wine.
I do not dislike it. I don't dislike it.
It's different.
It's got a very sweet taste in the back of my palate. Like when I first taste it, I'm like, oh, alcohol. And then when I swallow it, you're right. It almost tastes like, it does almost taste like a liquid dessert. It's so sweet.
It is. It's very smooth. It's made with Concord grapes.
Oh.
And blackberries.
Okay.
So.
Hold on. I got to take another drink.
The first time that I tried this wine.
Mm-hmm.
I took a sip and it threw me straight back into being a kid, picking the grapes off of my grandfather's grapevines and eating them in the sunshine.
I love how you just said sup. You took a sup.
A sup. I took a sup.
You supped it.
I took a sup and it was so good.
There you go, Appalachia.
I took a sup and it was so good.
I'm going to tell you what this tastes like to me. It tastes like I would drink so much of it. And it's so strong in the berry flavor. It's very thick. It's very strong. It tastes to me, and I don't mean this in a bad way, that I would drink so much of this that I get the diarrhea. That's what that tastes like. That tastes like a bellyache to me.
That tastes like a bellyache.
That tastes like my belly's going to hurt and I'm going to get diarrhea.
I like a very sweet, very dessert.
That's so sweet. It's really good. I know you don't because everybody's got different flavor. I do like Kirkwood. I like Kirkwood better, but Kirkwood is more of a mellow. It tastes like strawberry wine, but it's crisp. Like it's crisp, like it's refreshing.
Yes.
Okay. This to me tastes like a glass of wine that you would have after you had dinner or in something like
a bubble bath. This is my end of the day wine. Yeah. So come home. Yeah. You're tired. You took your shower and you're curled up in bed reading a book.
So it's drinking a wine. It's hard to compare them because they're two totally different things. Yeah. So I do like Kirkwood better, but I don't dislike this at all.
I love it.
I know, and it's your favorite. So good. It's your favorite.
Nom, 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 nom. So shout out to the Purple Toad
Winery, Black and Bruised. It's a very sweet dessert type wine. It's delicious. I'm going to take another drink, but I'm not going to drink too much of it because it tastes like it would hurt my belly.
So we have not, I know you guys have not heard us for about a month. You may not want to
tag them in this too because I literally said that tastes like it may give me diarrhea and they may not appreciate that. You think they would put that on a shirt and just like a toad because their emblem's a turd. It says
a turd. You said a turd.
Toad. Toad. Could be a turd. What if you put a little frog on there on the emblem, on your shirt?
Yeah, not a turd.
And it says purple toad.
Purple turd.
This tastes like it's going to give me diarrhea. It's that good.
It is really thick, and I think you could consume it. It's going to make
me sick.
You could consume a lot of it, I feel like. Yeah. I think it's one that you definitely have to be careful for.
Yeah. So I FaceTimed you Saturday night.
Yes.
I was with my friends. We went to this charity event at the Elks.
Okay.
And I was sitting at the bar there, and I was ordering a drink. I was actually getting water is what I was getting. And so I was waiting for my water, and I had my money. They never charge you for water, but I never want to
just assume you're going to get a water.
They're going to give me a water for, because they use bottled water in the cup.
You still have to buy it.
Yeah, so they still had to buy it, so I never want to assume. Anyways, I'm sitting there. We're having a super good time. Julie and Kelly Ray are playing. They're raffling off baskets and just doing it's just a big charity event. And the man behind the bar, he comes up to me, and I knew he looked familiar, but I couldn't really place who he is. But anyways, he came up to me, and he put his hand out, and he shook my hand. And I was like, hi. And he goes, hey, I'm Scott. And I said, hi, Scott. I'm Samantha. And he goes, I know who you are. I listen to your podcast. So that's what I was calling you about.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, I listen to your podcast. And I was like, do you like it? He goes, it's entertaining. He goes, I listen to it when I clean.
Oh, my gosh.
So shout out to Scott at the Elks.
What's up, Scott at the Elks?
But I wanted to FaceTime you and let you meet him, too. And you didn't answer.
Sad. I tried to call you back.
So, yeah, if you ever meet me out in the wild.
Yeah, tell us hi because that makes us feel really good.
Not just that, I will FaceTime Elisa and she won't answer us, and we'll make a video and talk about her. I literally
tried calling. I was like, "Oh, did you call?"
I know, but I had my phone in my purse.
She ignored me.
I didn't call her back.
No, she didn't.
And the music was so loud though because they
get it.
It was in between sets, so when they started again, it was so loud. It was so much fun.
Well, hey Scott, we're glad you enjoy the podcast.
Yes.
So thanks.
Yes, that did. It made my night.
Isn't that cool?
It was cool.
It is so cool.
It was cool.
So we have been terrible. Hopefully we'll get better. It's been a weather thing. It's been a work thing. I had just been to Florida for work, and it was great. It was 70 degrees down there while it was -7 and 10 here.
Horrific.
It was so cold here.
You were down in Florida.
And it was gorgeous.
Enjoying it. And
yeah.
Antarctica sent us her weather.
Yes, she did.
She was drunk in my yard, flopping all over the place.
She was.
I was just looking at my door, and I was disgusted.
I didn't want to come back home. I'll tell you that. I did not.
I don't know how people live like that. I just don't know how. I don't know how. If you're listening from Alaska, send me a message and tell me how you do it because I don't. I know how you do it. You do it with Xanax and Lexapro
and wine.
And wine.
And good wine.
Good wine.
Good wine.
Yeah. The good wine is Black and Bruised and Kirkwood wine from West Virginia, and they will mail it.
Yes.
Black and Bruised.
Yep. I did 3
from
bottles.
Kentucky.
And I've only got, well, I gave you that bottle. I've only,
Oh, is that mine to keep?
That's yours to keep if you want it.
Oh, well, yeah.
I ordered 3 bottles. Yeah.
I won't be able to drink a lot at one, which I don't drink a lot at one time.
Well,
anyways,
it's a good nightcap, I feel like.
It's
good.
Nightcap.
It's a sweet, you want something sweet. It's good. So, we don't really have anything other than we're sorry for being such slackers, and we'll try and do better. But stay with us if you love us, and if you don't, I'm sorry.
Oh, they love us.
I know they love us.
Okay, go ahead.
So we pride ourselves on being a true crime podcast, and I've done some intense stories in the past, and some I have not even covered yet. But today we're going to chat about just various human experiments throughout history and where the fascination in them comes from.
What do you mean, like human experiences? Or experiments?
Human experimentation. When I think of human experimentation, I think of Nazi Germany and Project Paperclip. We think of MK Ultra, just to name a couple.
I don't know what you're talking about, Project Paperclip.
Human experimentation has always been around. One such incident was even written about in the Bible when Daniel and his companions were given a diet of veggies and water while others were given food from the king's pantry. Now, this just goes to show our early fascination with experimentation and the observance of the cause and effect. So we've always done this. We've always been just really curious. And I don't mean we, I mean humans.
Yeah, you mean humans.
I mean, not me.
I'd say humans from now on. I wouldn't say we.
Not we.
Yeah, don't lump me in that.
You don't. Yeah, we don't experiment on humans.
No, we don't.
Unethical human experimentation violates the principles of medical ethics. Such practices have included denying patients the right to having informed consent, using pseudoscientific frameworks such as race science, and torturing people under the guise of research. So all human beings have a fundamental right to be free from being, tested on or subjected to any type of experimentation. There's laws around this against their will, without their knowledge. But we have so many people to thank today for the laws and regulations that have been put in place since. Because any experimental research or activity which puts a person's health or well-being at the risk or harm without his or her fully informed consent and voluntary participation, it's considered a violation of their right. Mm-hmm. When any sustained experiment of any kind poses even the faintest possibility of harm to anyone, he or she must be provided with all of the relevant information necessary to make a fully informed decision to either continue on with the experiment or to stop and refuse participation. Mm-hmm. Even when a subject has been properly informed and agrees to participate, he or she retains the right to revoke that consent at any moment and stop any time during the experiment.
I feel like you're reading me my rights. Like, I feel like you're going to end this and be like, okay, now sign on this because
we're going to experiment with
we're getting
wine.
ready to experiment.
We're going to see if this wine really does give you the red.
Yeah. Yeah.
More and more frequently in the industrialized world, illicit experimentation on human subjects is conducted by public agencies and or private industries in order to test how efficient new technologies or products or other social policies are. So, they've always, back in the day, it used to be animal testing.
I think it's still animal testing. Didn't like one of the Carolinas,
so
like North or South Carolina, lost a bunch of monkeys that they were doing animal testing on.
Yes, and they were
just
scattered
in the woods. Yeah.
Yes, they're like, there's
they
monkey
still
loose.
do that.
Yeah, I think so too, for sure. They don't want to put that out there, but 100% we're still testing on animals. But as recently as 2014, Facebook sponsored an experiment in social psychology conducted on its users to determine whether negative content could spread a mood-altering contagion through social media. So they were slipping things in your feed that was very negative, very inducing not good thoughts.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Like it's really crazy to me that you said that, because during all this bad weather and everything, I've had like major anxiety, and I've never had anxiety before. And if you've not had anxiety before, like before, people would be like, "Oh, you know, I had a panic attack.
Suck it up.
I don't feel great."
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought, okay, you'll be fine, until I had one.
They're not fun.
Until I had one, when I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Like my chest actually hurt. My heart was racing. It actually hurt down my arm. Like, I was nervous. I was cold. I had cold sweats. I couldn't sit down. Like, I had all the signs of a heart attack. So what do? You go to the hospital. They did an EKG and all this stuff, and turns out I was fine. You're fine. You're having you had a panic attack. You know, it's your anxiety. And I looked at the doctor, and I was like, what anxiety? There's no anxiety. I don't have anxiety. I'm a happy person.
Right.
He said, well, let me tell you something. He said, people who are not happy have anxiety, just like people who are happy have anxiety. It's called fight or flight mode.
Yes.
You know, and your body releases adrenaline or something for some unknown reason, and it does that to you. It's horrible.
Yeah,
it is horrible.
It's debilitating at times.
It is. It is debilitating at times. One of the things I told Scott, though, like 2 or 3 days after that, I told him, I was like, I'm going to get off social media some, like TikTok and Facebook, because I would get on there, and it's like, even with my friends on Facebook, and God love them, and they post whatever they want, and they should.
Absolutely.
And
freedom.
It's me that can't. But it's almost like you're scrolling, and it's not really even happiness anymore. You know, like a bunch of happiness. It's more like a bunch of obituaries.
Yeah.
Somebody's sick, they need prayers. And you do need prayers. I'm not saying that, but for me, for my mental health, I had to get off there, because it wasn't like the baby pictures and puppy pictures. It was like just sadness. And sadness and sadness. And TikTok was like that. And I was like, there's no happy here right now.
Well, you emulate the environment that you're in or that you're around.
Yeah, I had to get off of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like, you know how like when you buy a car, I'm going to say new car, but I've never had a new car. But you know, like when you buy a car and then you notice that everybody else has the same color car as you, and you never noticed it before. Yeah. So like when your anxiety's up, the only thing you notice is all the negative things. Yeah. Yeah. So you just start noticing all the negative things, and it just it's a spiral. So I did have to get off Facebook, and I do think that they do that.
Absolutely.
They do that because there was a lot of like advertisements and stuff that was coming up, and I was like, this is weird. Are they listening to me? Like, you know, it's just social media can be wonderful. It can also be horrible.
Yeah, it can. For younger kids, it definitely needs to be supervised. Hell, for some adults, it needs to be supervised.
It's supervised for me.
Nearly 700,000 users were deliberately subjected. Oh, good God. Subjected to emotionally negative content while completely unaware that they were the subjects of a wide-ranging social experiment. Now, apparently, those who conducted this experiment did not carefully consider the potentially serious health risk it created, despite a growing body of published studies that show social media can contribute to depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation.
Right there you go.
Yes. Not good at all.
It's not good to be on it all the time, and I just have to put my phone down. The other night, Scott was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just sitting here, listening to TV. He goes, well, maybe you should get off your phone. And I turned my phone, because I'd already told him that social media had been bothering me, and I'm not on it a whole lot anymore. But I turned my phone around, and I was playing a game. It's a number block game where you just add numbers. Like, it's a math game is what it was.
Dork.
But I was like, I'm not, I turned my phone around. I was like, I'm not. I don't want to be on it. I get on it and check and stuff, and I am on it sometimes, but nothing like I was. I don't want to be on it.
Yeah, because it can consume you, and you just have to learn to take breaks and separate. And that's why I read a lot, because I just, at least that way, I choose what I am consuming.
Yeah, right.
So the Tuskegee syphilis experiment ran from 1932 to 1972.
So we're jumping right in from that to syphilis.
Yes, we are.
All right.
And this was ran by the United States Public Health Service and the CDC, who is Centers for Disease Control. We all should be very familiar with them suckers after 2019, 2020, 2021. 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Hello, COVID.
Hello, COVID.
Hello, COVID.
Hello, Moto.
This experiment was conducted on more than 400 African American males, and its purpose was to observe the effects of this disease when left untreated. By the time the experiment would end, there would be treatments. Not before over 100 people died as a result from not receiving treatment.
You know, it seems like I've heard of this before, this one. I could be wrong. What year was it?
The 30s
Seems
to
like
the
maybe
70s.
I've heard about this before, maybe in college.
In 1932, in collaboration with the Tuskegee University, the Public Health Services signed up over 600 impoverished African American men, 339 of whom had latent syphilis, and 201 were not infected.
Is syphilis the one that can make you go blind?
Yeah, it can cause like serious health complications.
Yeah. It seems like I've heard of this, what you're talking about. It may have been in college. It's been years and years ago, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah. So, you know, and back then, you know, we always hear like, oh, you go in and you get, and I always think of, do you remember Ghostbusters, the movie where they're at the college and Bill Murray's bringing in the guys and he's zapping the guy and he's flirting with the girl. Do you remember that episode? Mm-mm. He's doing like an experiment on mind reading or something, or like ESP, and he keeps zapping the guy. But that's what I think of because they're there. He's like, I just want my $20, you know?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
These men, instead of receiving payment, they were promised medical and mental health care in return. However, the PHS never told the men that they in fact had the disease, nor did they give them actual treatment. When they signed up to undergo this experiment, they were told it should only last about 6 months, when in fact it went on for 40 years until funding was lost and the study continued. They never told the men that they would never receive treatment. The PHS continued to observe and study these men all along. By 1947, penicillin was available, but was never given to them to help with this disease because they wanted to observe the progression. That's awful.
It's
awful.
It is awful.
For you to volunteer yourself up for a treatment.
Yeah. To get health care.
To get health care and to get better for your family. And also, I mean, goodwill toward men. Hello. Yeah. Help everyone else in the world out. And to be lied to and not receive anything.
Yeah, but they didn't. They didn't care.
That is awful.
They didn't. I mean, they didn't care.
No. It wouldn't be until 1972, when the story was leaked to the press, that the study would be terminated completely. By that time, 28 patients had died as a result, directly related to the untreated disease. 100 were due to complications from the disease itself. 40 of those men's wives contracted it because, again, their spouses were never told that they even had it. So we're spreading it to our spouses now. And 19 children were born with it. How does that solve the problem?
Isn't that terrible?
That's awful. Awful. Once this news broke, it did help establish better ethical standards and lead to the creation of the Office for Human Research Protections and new federal laws and regulations. By 1974, Congress passed the National Research Act to write regulations to help protect human participants. Now, clinical trials are required to obtain informed consent, continual communication, and their diagnosis, along with accurate reporting of all and any test results. Now, the Nuremberg Code, which was forged in 1947, is among the first and perhaps the most well-known effort to articulate this ethical principle explicitly. A circular published by the Weimar government prior to the start of World War II known as the German Guidelines on Human Experimentation, 1931, preceded the Nuremberg Doctrine and espouses some of the same principles, but it notably lacks any recognition of the subject's right to opt out. Unlike those guidelines in the Nuremberg Code, was written specifically as a tool for prosecuting crimes against humanity that was perpetrated by Nazi doctors and researchers during World War II. They had subjected. Oh my God! Why can't I say that word?
Because you're not marked.
They not subjected.
Because you're not marked.
They not subjected. They had subjected. That was even worse.
Do me read it. Let me just read it.
Oh, anywho, they had put the concentration camp prisoners through horrific experiments that no one would ever consent to on their own. To briefly summarize some of these, the Nuremberg Code asserts that an ethical experiment on humans must, number 1, obtain voluntary informed consent of all subjects. Number 2, allow subjects to leave if they choose. Number 3, they make every effort to minimize potential harm. Number 4, they had to be conducted by actual experts in the field and to be stopped if any type of injury, disability, or potentially death becomes possible. So let's chat about the Nazi medical experience.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Experiments. There were 3 key facts and the driving reasons behind these. The first was they wanted to do these experiments to kind of help, I guess, increase the survival odds of their military personnel. These types of tests consisted of some like high altitude experiments on prisoners so they could determine the max altitude that a pilot could actually parachute from a damaged aircraft. They would also freeze the prisoners to try and find effective treatments for hypothermia. They were also made to drink seawater to try and find a way to make seawater a drinkable water source. So here they're putting these prisoners up in these planes, parachuting them at stupid high altitudes. What do you do? And you're a teacher, and I would think most people would know this. What do you do if you're way up in the sky and you're so high and you're ejected from a plane? What happens? When you're so high in the sky, what happens?
I don't know what you
You
mean.
pass out.
Oh, well, yeah.
How are you going to pull your chute if...
Right, okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I
didn't know
mean?
what you were saying at first.
Like, how are you going to pull your chute? You know, so they were testing to see, you know, to get a better knowledge of the altitudes in which a pilot could pull his chute and survive.
Well, everything that they did was horrific. Like the whole, everything that happened, every single thing that happened over there is horrific.
Yeah,
And
A to Z.
There's really, I mean, if you've never read up on it or whatever, what happened to it, I don't even like talking about it.
No, it's bad. Now, the second fact was they wanted to see how various drugs and treatments would react when prisoners were given them or either infected with them. Many different types of experiments were taking place here, such as bone grafting and the testing of new sulfa-based drugs. These experiments were all aimed at being able to test new ideas of immunization with antibodies and the prevention and the treatment of a contagious disease such as malaria, yellow fever, TB, typhoid, infectious hepatitis. All of those were very, they were very common diseases back then. One of the most disturbing reasons behind these experimentations were in order to help Nazi Germany advance in their racial and ideological goals. We all know from history class that the Jewish population were a major target. Mass sterilizations were performed, and sometimes those were even experiments themselves as well. How could they perform a mass sterilization quickly and efficiently within these camps with all of these prisoners? Thousands, hundreds of thousands. They used X-ray technology, surgery, and drugs to perform sterilizations. Another trial they had experimented with was the effect of and I don't know how to say this, obviously, but I'm going to give it a whirl. Polygala, a substance that was made from beet and apple pectin that would supposedly help make blood clot. So I get it. You're bleeding out on the field and you're like, oh God, you could bleed out. Trying to find a remedy for that, back in the 40s. So they would administer these tablets and then proceed to shoot the prisoner in the chest or the neck to simulate a war wound, or they would have their limbs amputated without anesthesia. They also studied bone, muscle, and nerve regeneration by transplanting some of each and putting them into someone else. So they were constantly taking bone and muscle and things and transplanting in other people. In these cases, prisoners had their bones, muscles, nerves removed without anesthesia. These people not only suffered immense pain and suffering, but also the unimaginable mutilation and usually permanent disability from these trials. Some would also have their bone marrow infected with bacteria. That way they could study the new drugs that they were developing to see if those would help. This left many permanently disfigured or even led to death. During the freezing experiments, they would hold them under freezing water or leave them just naked outside in extreme cold temperatures. Upon trying to warm the bodies back up, one assistant stated that they had actually seen them take the prisoners and throw them into boiling water to rewarm them. That's human experimentation. That's awful. But because of these, we have stricter laws. Thankfully. But here's the thing. I still think it goes on. I still think that we are consistently and constantly not giving our consent and being tested on all the time with everything.
Yeah, I can agree with
all
that.
The drugs and medication that everyone pushes. We just talked about it, like with mental health. You gotta have this to deal with that, and then you gotta have this because you have high blood pressure, and you gotta have this because you have high blood pressure, and this is the side effect of that. It's a money racket.
Yeah,
it's a money racket.
A lot of it is.
It's all it is. It's big business. It's nothing to do with medical care at all.
Yeah. I don't like this story at all.
Well, it wasn't like super murder grossy, but I mean, it was still a little rough.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of super murder grossy either, but this one was horrible.
Yeah. It's just unfathomable. It's sad.
Is that it?
That's it.
That wasn't a 20-minute story, Lisa. We're not even that. What?
Horse.
How long have we been recording?
I don't know. I don't have a timer on there. Tell me a story.
I don't have a story for you.
Tell me a story.
I have no story for you.
Can you tell me a story?
I'm trying to think. I have no story.
I have no stories either.
The snowstorm, I mean, I did nothing except watch it snow for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we had a water line break, and that's my snow story.
At your house?
No, it was like below Tom's Creek.
Oh, you all went without water.
Yeah, so it was like a day and a half.
Well, listen, I have Lavalette water, and I know that's crazy because here I am in Wayne, but I think I'm the last person on the Lavalette right here. It never goes out. Lavalette never. I'm never on a bull water advisory. I'm never out. Nothing.
Usually, if it does go out, it's usually out for like a couple hours, but this apparently was like a big mainline break. So shout out to Town of Wayne because like we go by and it's like a geyser, so it's like shooting out.
It was that bad?
Oh, it was bad. Like there was like it was in the trees and it was like all frozen like to the trees, like on icicles. Like it was
beautiful.
It was gorgeous. But thank you to Town of Wayne for working and getting our water back on because
really awesome.
I like to flush my toilet.
What is the story you're going to do next time?
Well, I am thinking, I finished a book just recently, and it was written by the victim. The victim lives. Yeah. But it is her story.
Did you know that I saw on Netflix that they are getting ready to do a O.J. Simpson documentary?
Oh, that's right up your alley.
And I do love a pop culture moment. I love a pop culture moment. So I may go. Here's the thing with the O.J. Simpson one. It's not that I wouldn't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
But we all know he did it. So
absolutely. What is there really?
What could be the spin on it? I mean, literally, what could be the spin on it?
I felt like that with the Menendez brothers, like the actual documentary where they were talking to them in prison. Like I felt like it was hyped up, and when I watched it, I was like, this is stuff I already know.
Yeah, it's because
like it was just made me sad.
But with O.J. Simpson, though, like the Scott Peterson one, we didn't know about Strawberry Cupcake. And,
right.
And that he may get a new trial and all this stuff. But with O.J., I mean, he got off.
We know. He
OJ. Actually got off. I actually think that during O.J. Simpson and the Menendez brothers was about the same time.
Yes.
And they said that America or whatever, they really, after O.J. Simpson got off, and the world was shook. I remember that vividly.
It was shooketh.
The world was shooketh.
It was shooketh.
Because everybody knew he did it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like so blatantly obvious.
I mean, the man even wrote a book afterwards of what, if he had done it, this would have been the way he would have done it.
Yeah, because that's original.
Yeah. So, but I read or saw in the documentary, I don't know, I read and watch documentaries so much, that one of the reasons that the Menendez brothers got life, because they were so abused and stuff, is because, the court system needed a win. And that after O.J. Simpson...
Oh, God.
So, like, the first trial with the Menendez brothers, people had, like, compassion and stuff about what's going to happen, but the mistrial. Then they trialed again. Well, in between that time, O.J. Simpson he got off. So, they pretty much, that judge was like, the new judge for the Menendez brothers, like, we have to have a win. So you're not going to, bring all this to light. You're not going to talk about the sexual abuse. And those two men went to jail for life when in reality they probably should not have gone to jail for life.
Not for life.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
they did commit murders.
Yeah, they
paid their time. Yeah, absolutely. They were the fall guy.
I mean, I don't mind to do the O.J. Simpson one, but I swear, I mean, I don't know what I could say.
And like JonBenet Ramsey, we've talked about going into a deep dive with that one.
Here's the thing with JonBenet Ramsey. I have done a bunch of research on that and watched the documentaries and stuff. And I don't know if I could do it justice because where she's a kid, I have really hard time talking about that.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I don't know if it would be fair for me to do it. Yeah. With me leaving out information.
Well, the one that I'm going to do, that I'm going to bring, it's a hard story, but it, I try to present it not so graphically, I guess.
For me.
For you, because I know, like, you break out in hives.
I'm such a wuss.
She is. But I think it definitely needs to be told. There was a couple of times in the book that I did have to put the book down and just stop. Because it was really sad.
When you do those stories.
Yeah. So it's going to be one of our bigger ones.
And the JonBenet Ramsey one, it may actually have to be like if you actually did it, wouldn't be in an hour. It would have to be like a deep dive.
Like a two-parter or something.
It'd be like a 4 or 5-parter. Yeah. Like a deep dive. Yeah. But I can go ahead and tell you now, I think Patsy Ramsey and her dad had something to do with it.
I'm kind of torn on mine. I've got to research into it more. I'm kind of torn on mine, but we'll do that one, and we'll throw our suggestions out and see where they stick.
Okay.
But that was our first episode of 2025. We apologize for taking a full month off.
Was a horrible episode. Why would you do that?
I mean, we're a true crime podcast. And morbid and gross stuff.
I don't like it.
I don't know why you signed up for this.
I don't either.
So be sure to follow us at Watch for Dear Podcast on Facebook and the Instagram. Go like and follow our TikTok at Watch for Dear Podcast. Email us your stories at watchfordearpodcast@gmail.com. If you enjoy our show, please rate us and share us with your friends, family, and your co-workers. Y'all be safe
and watch for dear.